So, Jack, what has stood out to you about the reasons why the Spitfires have played so well this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think since the start of the year, I mean, ever since Walters came in, he's put this team together as best as he could, and bringing new guys in at the deadline that really helped us as well. But I think just since the start of the season, we've come out being as competitive as we can and going out every game, working our hardest, and just doing whatever we can to win. And I think we come together as a team. And since last year, we really wanted to turn that around. So I think we've done that, and we're pretty happy with it.
What's unique about how Greg designs a practice and runs a practice?
I mean, to be honest, we do a lot of the same stuff a lot. Every week, we know what we're doing. He doesn't usually have to explain the drills or anything, so he gets that in our head, and then we just know what to do. So I think it's very competitive practice, but you know what? We're always there for it, and he always skates us after practice if we don't have the game after, the day after. So it's really good for us, and we love it. So we love him.
What have you noticed about the chemistry that's developed on the forward lines? Because you've got a lot of size and a lot of skill in your group, but what has been effective about the way those trios have come together?
Yeah, I mean, he switches them around quite a bit, honestly. But I think everyone, anyone plays with, pretty good with each other. So I think just the chemistry off the ice helps us with the chemistry on the ice. And I think they're just such a tight team. We just have so much fun off the ice that it's just converts onto the ice. And I mean, it's a great time, and we're loving it. So,
what are the best attributes that Liam Greentree has as a captain?
He's got a lot. He's very, very vocal in the dressing room. He's always making sure everyone knows what to do, and if we have any mistakes or anything, he's making sure to go over it with us. And he's just a great guy to be around. He's always positive, and in the dressing room, he's always vocal. So he's just a great guy, and everyone wants to hang out with him. So it's awesome.
I had a chance today to talk with Noah Morneau as well, and what an amazing story for him and his family as a Windsor guy. Yep. What has Noah brought to this team?
I mean, he's brought a lot. Ever since he was drafted 15th round, he's come a long way. He's worked his hardest, and it's definitely showing right now. And I mean, him committing to Bowling Green, I'm very happy for him. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, it just shows all the commitment he's put in. It's all working out for him. And I mean, he's come a long way, and he's a great guy to be around as well. Everyone loves him, and he's been a great away for us this year.
So we're here, of course, for the skills competition for the Spitfires. I need your early picks. Fastest skater. Who do we like in that competition, do we think?
I mean, I'm in it, but AJ Spelcy. Yeah. I got to say him. It's unreal. It's unreal how fast he is, so I got to say him.
How can a guy who is as big as AJ skate as fast as he does?
I mean, if you've seen him off the ice, he's huge. He played football when he was growing up, and he had a couple offers there, and his legs are just huge. So I think football has a lot to do with it, and he works out pretty hard. So I think his legs are huge and makes him fast. So.
I've been saying, Jack, that the Spitfire is one of the best teams in junior hockey, and I'm also quite sure that if you guys had to play basketball, you'd be the best basketball team among all the CHL franchises. So can you confirm, are any of these tall players able to dunk? Have you gotten a chance to look at the athleticism off the ice?
Yep. I mean, we've got some shooters, but we definitely got some guys that can dunk. I mean, I know I can dunk. Weingart played basketball for a few years in high school, and I know he could dunk for sure. Probably not a couple more guys, but I know we'd have a great team if we played basketball. So pretty sweet.
Jack, for you to go through your draft year on such a great team, how does that help where you're almost not thinking so much about where you're at in the rankings because you're immersed in the team?
Right. I mean, ever since the start of the year, I put in my head that I'm not going to think about it too much, and just being with this team has helped me a lot. I mean, just winning, it just keeps my mind off things, and just being around these guys and playing with my line mates, it's awesome. And just going out there, playing my game every night, it's helped me just to be around these guys and just not think about it at all. And it's been great so far. So,
at the NHL level, which guys do you find yourself gravitating towards or trying to perhaps model your game after?
Yeah, I mean, I really love Tom Wilson's game. He plays a really physical game, and he can do things with and without the puck. So I think he's a great guy to look at. But he's a winger and I'm a centerman, so I look at guys like some different guys that are bigger and stuff like that, like Jamie Benn. He's a great guy for that, great leader and everything like that. So I love taking face-offs, so I try to win as most as I can, and Wally likes putting me out there in those types of situations, so I just keep working on that. So.
I've always been fascinated, Jack, how bigger centers are able to win draws. You've got different things you can use with leverage.
Yep.
What are some of those traits that you've picked up that have helped your game in that way?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of different techniques I could use with different players. I mean, there's some players that are pretty unreal at face-offs in this league. It's pretty hard to beat them, but usually at the start of the game, usually line matches us here. Go versus the same guy a couple times, see what they're doing, and then just figure out some way to beat them. And usually I find a way, and it gets it done. So I just adapt to what they're doing and put the work in, and I get it done. So.
Last couple ones for you. Of course, you grew up playing your minor hockey in your hometown of Sarnia, and you've already played the Sting a few times this year. You've got a couple goals against the Sting. Can you share some stories about what it's meant to your family to see you on the ice against the team that you grew up following?
Yeah, I mean, grew up Sarnia my whole life, ever since I was born. Watched the Sarnia Sting my whole life. Went to almost every game, I would say. But yeah, I mean, just growing up watching them, it was just amazing. I really wanted to be in that spot, just being that little kid that I was. And my uncle also played in the OHL, so that was pretty fascinating to watch him, and I really want to be like him. So, I mean, there's lots of hockey going around my family, which really made me love the game, so I think that's a big part of it.
Do you have any favorite players that you had with the Sting growing up, or people that you really gravitated towards when you had a chance to watch him as a kid?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple. I mean, Kyrou was pretty good. I mean, he was awesome. But there was one guy, Nikolai Goldolpin. He didn't go too far in hockey, but I don't know why I loved him as a player. He just caught my eye, and I just loved him. So.
And finally, when you go back home to Sarnia, and of course Windsor visits there, it's a great rivalry. What do you hear from friends and family? And do you kind of remind them, hey, you got to put away the black and yellow for at least one night because Windsor's coming to town?
Yep. I mean, I know my friends always like to get to those games, and my whole family, I probably have a whole section to myself. So I know there's a lot of Spitz fans there. Some not from my family, but a lot of them are from my family. So it's awesome just seeing all those people there just supporting me since I've been knowing them ever since I've grown up. So, I mean, it's awesome. I love it, and love the support. So.
Jack, you're having a great year. It's an honor to be here in the building today. Keep it going, and look forward to a big spring for you both with the Spitz and at the draft as well.
Thanks so very much.
Thank you. Thanks.